Good day and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be looking at the Titan 250. This is a bike that kind of mimics the Ninja 250 style, but does it on a much different price bracket than some of the others. And even though it is a much cheaper bike, there are quite a few features on it that have really surprised me. For instance, you get a very nice instrumentation on it. Does have the nice big tack on it, easy to read speedometer, little fuel gauge, shift indicator and whatnot. Then it has other small features like dual front brakes, something you typically don't see in this price category. Very bright LED lights. So right now it's just on running lights. The headlights come on once the engine is started. The exhaust on it is actually stainless. See the brackets through there. Goes on up, stainless, and then has twice pipes in the back. The taillight is also LED. Passenger pegs, and it does have a little storage under the seat with a removable seat. And it has an oil cooler. So, and actually it's a pretty good size oil cooler, and it does have a little screen in front of it to help protect it. So, especially with the engine being down in the fairing like this, it does help with the cooling of it. And I've ridden this bike quite a bit, and I just did not have any temperature issues with it. The fuel tank is absolutely massive. So if you want to go take a long ride, you can definitely get a lot of distance on this bike without fueling up. The fuel injection, I do start a lot nicer. The engine in these is a little different from some of the others that we see in these Chinese bikes. Actually, this is the overhead cam version of the 250. And instead of the 5-speed, it does have a 6-speed transmission. So when you're getting up in speed, you're not going to be out there searching for the 6th gear, trying to get a little bit more speed because, well, it's there. Click that gear and a nice increase in speed. And there's a little storage under here. Pop this dude open. Just a little spot. Toolkit, owner's manual, and some things. It isn't much, but it's something. And then this guy just slips in here. All right, well, enough talk about this bike. Let's go take it for a ride and see what it'll do. Okay, it's time to go take this guy for a ride. Now, the number one question people ask me about this bike is, well, how fast does it go? You can't really go by the speedometer on these bikes or anything like this, because the speedometers tend to be a little optimistic as to what they really do. So I've put a GPS on here, so that way we're going to get an accurate reading, and also with get a top speed indicator on it. So I'm just going to run it up and down a couple roads and see how we do. Now this is a brand new bike. It's got a whopping 3 miles on it. So the numbers that I'm going to get today are not going to be representative of the numbers that it's going to have once it's broken in. I'm sure it's going to gain a few miles an hour once that happens. But I think for now, let's go give her a good run and see what she does.
establish that the speedometer's got about a 5-mile-an-hour error at 70, so 65 or 75 indicated. She'll run about 70. Pretty typical. Usually, you have a 5 to 10% error on these speedometers. Nothing you can really do about it. Just kind of figure it in. Nothing else that keeps you from getting as many speeding tickets. For what it is, the handling and brakes are absolutely phenomenal. Yeah, she will stop quickly. Well, as advertised, the bike handles very well, stops well. It won't set any speed records, but then again, this is a great first bike, so don't really want something ridiculously fast until you really get the hang of riding well. So but with all that, for our retail price of $29.95, it's a great value. Thanks for watching.